According to brighthub.org, I'm a traditionalist. I was born in 1944. If I had been born 1 year later, I would have been a baby boomer. Traditionalists basically say, hey, this is the way we've always done things. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's keep doing it. The baby boomers are the dropout generation. They said, we don't like the way things are going. We don't like the way you're doing things. Rather than do something about it, however, we just decided we're going to drop out. They are the generation that came up with make love, not war. If somebody gave a war, what if somebody gave a war and nobody came? They basically decided drugs were better than trying to stay sober. They decided to practice what they preach. The amount of students or amount of children born out of wedlock went up. They basically just changed the way society looked at things. When in 1965, most of these baby boomers decided, oh yeah, well we got to make a living. But they had already changed society, and it has been changing ever since. In 1965 to 1982, this is the Generation X group. These young people were part of the grass is greener on the other side group. They had no loyalties except to themselves. They had a good deal with one company, but another company comes along and says, hey, we'll pay you another $10,000 a year. They have absolutely no problems with jumping from one company to the next as they climb various corporate ladders to make money. That's the Generation X, and these are the people that were born between 65 and 82. Between 83 and 99, we have Gen Y, the millennials. The millennials cannot survive without their electronics, according to BrightHub. They have to do this. All of their work is done on a computer. They really don't care much about anything except reality. Gen Z, that's 2000. Starting in 2000, going to 2010. How many of you are born between 2000 and 2010? Everybody. Guess what? I don't have a clue about you guys. You're not in the workforce yet. But I'm supposed to prepare you for that workforce. Then we go to 2010. These are the kids we're working with over at Greenfield Middle School. If I don't know about you guys, how are any of us supposed to know about them? We have no clue. We have no clue how they're supposed to be dealing with the world in the future. We don't even have a clue how about what they're capable of doing. When I'm 75 years old. When you're 75 years old, you're going to be able to say the same thing that I'm saying. I don't understand things. So how are we supposed to deal with them? How are we supposed to deal with a kindergartner telling, Mr. Robinson, I love you. I want to marry you when I get big. But honey, I'm already married. That's okay, I can wait. Or a kindergartner that says, Mr. Robinson, are you pregnant? Or a kindergartner who comes in on Monday morning and says, my grandpa died. And before I can tell her I'm sorry, she says, they arrested my daddy last night. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with a fifth grader who says, do you know any cops? Yeah. Will you tell them to get off my dad's case? There's nothing wrong with selling pot. How do you deal with a seventh grader who refuses to read? She says, reading gives me a headache, so I'm not going to read. How do you deal with a senior who turns in a perfect paper on a test on one side of the sheet, you turn it over, the other side's blank. How do you deal with that? I take it back to her. I say, you're gonna get an A. You're gonna flunk if you don't fill out the backs. Leave me alone. No, I'm serious. If you don't stop talking to me, I'm gonna take this pencil, I'm gonna poke my eye out. I walked away. How do you deal with that? I have no idea how to prepare you for a future that nobody knows about. Problem is, that's my job. I have to figure it out. Any questions, comments?